Emerging medical technologies have been on the rise for the past several years. The biggest areas of interest have been 3D printing and robotics in medicine. Recently, 3D printing has gained major attention due to its mass accessibility and low cost of production. Created by Charles Hull in 1980, this technology has revolutionized manufacturing across the board. First, a virtual design is created in a CAD file using a 3D modeling program, or with the use of a 3D scanner to copy any existing objects. The digital file is then prepared for printing, where the software slices the final model design into thousands of horizontal layers. The printer then creates the object layer by layer. The printer reads every slice in the image and creates the object by blending each layer together, which results in the final product. There has been concern and controversy surrounding the use of 3D printers. Researchers have found that the possibility of being able to create drugs using 3D printers raises concern in the creation of illegal narcotics. 3D printers have already been employed for criminal purposes, such as in printing illegal items like guns, gun magazines, master keys, and ATM skimmers. These occurrences have highlighted the lack of regulation of 3D printing technology. Firearm laws have loopholes in them that allow for the production of 3D printed guns. Despite this controversy, the medical use of 3D printing has been mostly positive. Printers allow for customized medical products and equipment. These items are produced at very low cost. 3D printing is expected to play an important role in the trend toward personalized medicine in many years to come. The future of 3D printing looks very bright as the production of the first fully functioning printable heart is predicted to be created in the next 20 years. The future of medical technology is expected to grow with the advancement of new technologies. 3D printing has allowed for the production of customized medical products like medicine, prosthetics, and even organs, while robotics has allowed doctors to move past the barriers of what humans are capable of.
3D printing. So, as the name suggests, a 3D printer prints ink not on a flat surface such as paper, but in 3 dimensions in layers. So, 3D printing or an additive manufacturing is a process of making 3-dimensional solid objects from a digital file. So, one of the most important applications of 3D printing is in the medical industry. So with 3D printing, surgeons can produce mock-ups of parts of their patient's body which need to be operated upon. 3D printing makes it possible to make a part from scratch in just hours. It allows designers and developers to go from a flat screen to an exact part that they need. So some interesting specific uses for 3D printing in medicine. One of those would be stem cells. They can now be printed. These cells could be used to create tissue for testing drugs or growing replacement organs. Another thing would be printed blood vessels and sheets of cardiac tissue that beat like a real heart. Another thing would be creating blood vessels by printing artificial biological molecules with a 3D inkjet printer and zapping them into shape with a laser. Laser printed skin cells is another thing. They could be used to replace skin damage from burns, skin diseases, and other causes. Another thing would be printing cartilage and bone for people who have like a broken bone or something. Another thing would be printed cells could lead to better ways of studying diseases in the lab and then developing therapies. For example, one group of researchers use an automated system to print ovarian cancer cells onto a gel in a lab dish where the cells could be grown and studied. The printing approach could enable scientists to study the tumor cells in a more systematic environment. And one of the more interesting uses for 3D printing would be to print organs instead of actually transplanting them from someone else.
As technology advances in the field of medicine and licensed doctors become more scarce, it is only a matter of time before robots built to resemble the shape of the human body play a role in medicine and caregiving. Humanoid robots could soon become capable of providing basic care to recovering patients. The 188-centimeter tall humanoid robot Atlas is a perfect example of the rapid advancements being made in this area. Not only could these robots one day serve as caregivers, but they could potentially oversee actual medical procedures and intricate surgeries. All that advancement is only in the field of humanoid robots. Nanorobots that can be ingested, circulated in the bloodstream, or implanted into a patient can provide real-time updates on the patient's current physical condition, giving a more detailed and sophisticated diagnosis than any external assessment. Nanorobotics is an emerging field of nanotechnology, which deals with design and construction of devices at an atomic, molecular, or cellular level. These hypothetical nanorobots will be extremely small and would transverse inside the human blood. As these nanorobots would have special sensors to detect the target molecules, they can be programmed to diagnose and treat various vital diseases. The nanorobots, such as receptocytes, microbivores, and cladocytes, have been designed to act as artificial substitutes of blood. These nanorobots could potentially even intervene themselves if trouble arises in the bloodstream without invasive surgery or extraneous medical care becoming necessary. All of these incredible technological advances could be just around the corner in the field of medicine.